What's up, YouTube? Spring is almost here. The groundhog saw his shadow or didn't see his shadow, I don't know, whatever that means, but it's an early spring. And new era, times for calls for the next phase of BGP. So you can see from the previous videos we completed the interior, which was pretty smart because in the middle of winter, or at least we had some cover from the elements working, you know, inside the car. So this is where she stands. She's basically finished. Missing 2 more gauges, boost and AFR, but you know, can add that later as soon as we add everything else. But this marks the phase for the next part of the build. So as you can see from the title of the video, we're going to be doing a wide body, and not just any wide body, a custom wide body designed by me. So should come up interesting, I guess. All right, so major design cues we're going to try and, you know, fit into this wide body, I guess, are the obviously wider wheels, because these are like 8.5s, and I want to poke them out to at least 9.5s in the front, and maybe like 10.5 all the way up to 12s in the back, if it suffices. I can already tell it's gonna be really crazy because it's already in the body about 1 inch in the front and about 2 inches in the back. On these cars, the fitment is crazy, honestly. They have like a more inset fitment than what a normal car would be. So all the rims that you would buy today are like positive offsets, and this car is a complete, you know, giant positive offset. So you need negative offset rims to kind of get that poke fitment that you want. So either that or spacers. So, but yeah, this is a Porsche, so we're gonna try and take the natural body lines of the Porsche and try and make them and manipulate them to work for me, you know. It's also gonna be a race inspired body kit, not no Liberty Walk or Rocket Bunny inspired body kit. It's like, that's like more for like stance and shit. I want more of like a vintage style, more function over form. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I already have everything drawn up, so let's get inside and show you what it looks like. Right, so we're in the production desk or thinking chair or whatever you want to call it. But this is where I basically sit and design everything, you know, not just car stuff, but architecture stuff too. So yeah, let's get right into it. So as you can see, this is like the vision board wall, or the wall of Porsches, you know. So and you can see each Porsche on this wall has a wide body or something, you know, on it that it can offer to the table, basically, that I would like in my designs. So for the Porsche, I guess, wide body, I would like for it to be something natural and go with the curves of the car. So up here, this is the Red Hot Chili Peppers 944. This is kind of like a what? Like a designer's render. This wasn't actually real. You know, where you can see the wide body, it's basically takes out the natural curves and, you know, extends it out, making it look like a chili pepper, I guess, you know. So there are good ways to extend the body out, and there are bad ways to extend the body out. If you do it wrong, it'll look like a frog. Something like this. It kind of looks like a frog. And if you go extremely wide, it'll come out and look like this. That looks completely unappealing. So there's like a healthy medium like this and something like this. This is a wide body made by a 944 group. I forgot what it's called, Engineering 9 or something like that. If you go on Instagram, that's their logo, that 9 right there. So we have wide bodies that have been made already, and then we have concept wide bodies. Like the 944 group, this is it, and then these are also more of the same wide body. This is their actual car, so they actually made that wide body real, and that's a render. All right, so they have nice swept-back designs in proper proportions on like what I want, you know. And since this is like race inspired, you know, I would like it to have like swooping lines, but that will also like go with the body, you know, curvature of the car. So you can see like this one has like, I don't know if these are actual vents, but this is like, in my mind, they're like voids or cutouts, if you would, you know, going back. You know, so streamlines represent speed and stuff. So when car makers make like a long nose with like a swept back windshield and try and keep the car low, that's their idea of, you know, trying to make the car fast or trying to make like it's going fast without even moving. So that's the idea I wanted to add for the front fenders. The front fenders will come out like the body curve of the car, and then because it's a race inspired wide body, we're going to add vents. Something like this and like this. So this was actually, I know this person who actually did this. This was basically a wide body arch, and then he cut the fender and pushed it in. So that was actually a good idea. I'll probably do it differently than how he would do it, but I like the cut in vent idea. So like I said, the front's going to be smooth and come out to a vent, but it's not going to come all the way out and touch back. It's going to come back and mold into the body as if nothing happened. And then by doing that, I'm going to have 9.5-inch rims, I guess like 245s, like stretch them on some 245s. Not really like a serious stretch, but like a little tiny stretch. And then when I lower it, it's going to come directly down and sit on it. So after that, you'll be able to see the tire because it will be pushed out. You're able to see the tire come out, and you see like on the side. Yeah, some people will say it would kick up mud onto the car and blah blah blah. It's not protected. Side skirt, well, mud skirts, mud flaps, or whatever. I don't care. It's to cool the brake vents. You know, well, it's to cool the brakes. You know, it's like a really big brake vent. That's what it is. So now for the back, going along with the wide body look in the back, like I said, we're taking the body curves of the car. And then since Porsche, Audi, Lamborghini, you know, I was like, why don't we add a side vent here that eventually moves into the body, right? So you can see right here we have a proportion of a Audi R8 vent, right? But this is like a horizontal vent. Like it's like right by the door, and it's like horizontal, like out from the body. I want mine to lean back into the body and then eventually become the wide body. So actually, like instead of like straight cut vents, like flaps, like a I guess you could say, like the flats on the building, I would want them to be angled instead of straight. So the whole wide body would lean back and continue with the curves of the car. So by doing that, you know, we would have to put it up by the door here and then lean it back and then follow what Chili Pepper did and come back. And then following this, we're not gonna do the same thing, like cut the body, the rear quarter panel and push it in, because the backs are going to be so wide I don't need to push it in. The backs are going to be at least like 2 inches out, you know, so it will sit like this. And then the flap, instead of coming down to here, it will end like right about the top of the wheel line and then move in and then fade into the body right around the tail light area. So by doing that, you know, you're leaving the back tire from here to here open, you know, exposed, kind of like this Varus kit on the Evo. So that's the whole look I'm going for. And then there's probably be like a version 2 of my wide body where I start adding like a bunch of like carbon fiber, like, you know, splitters and, you know, slats and stuff. So, and also I want the exhaust to be at the side. The exhaust is not at the side in this picture, but this picture gives me like the whole like side exhaust vibe. So I want the exhaust at the side right here. It's either gonna be 2 on one side, which is the passenger side, or 1 on each side. So that should be fun. Right, so onto my drawings now. This is basically everything I explained in the form of my drawing, trying to show it off to myself. I wasn't even planning on showing these drawings to the camera, but I guess I'll show them. So, let's start off with the front. Like I said, it's gonna curve into the body. This is the open cut for the fender. This is the slat that it needs to sit on. And yeah, so from a different angle, from this angle, from the front, you can see how it curves out. And then I'm gonna have a fin here, and on the inside fin is gonna be a turn signal. So that'd be cool. Just like taking cues off the Rocket Bunny kit, how they have like lights in their front bumpers and fenders and stuff. So this would be a turn signal. So I can delete this turn signal right here and just move it up here. And also this is a turn signal light right here. So I'll just disable it and just have the light stay on all the time. We're doing a snub nose delete, which is basically taking this front bumper and pushing it in towards this body line right here. When we get outside, I'll show you better on the car. And yeah, you can see this part sticks out, sticks in, and the wheel would be out. Now moving on to the back. Now you see we have the exhaust right here. That's where I want it. And then the side vent. This is like how I want it. I want it elongated, slide it out, and curving in with the body. This is the body line, and this is where it would kind of end, but you wouldn't see a line. It would just fade into the body. Up to the top of the wheel arch, it will cut off and keep going, leaving this area right here exposed, leaving the tire to be shown. And then eventually I'll put like some side slats or whatever they're called, winglets or whatever for the front, possibly winglets too. But yeah. So from a different angle from the back, let's try and give you a better understanding how the back would look, and it's like a view of the front. You see this more bigger view. I draw it bigger, so you can see the dash lines of the existing body lines, and then the solid line is where I want the white light to come out to. I don't care if I have to use spacers to get it out there, it will be out there. You can see it cuts in right here, and this body line is straight. A better view of the back. Remember, dash line is the existing body, and the solid line is what I want it to be. And then, yeah, it's basically how it's gonna look. Here's a view from the back side. You see it fades in properly. It's out, sticking out. It's perfect. That's how I like it. Just how I like it. Yeah. So that's basically my whole idea and designing this wide body. So if you guys are wondering how did I get the idea to make like a whole vision board or start like drawing it out by hand and stuff, I did 4 years of architecture. So if you guys want to give me any work, I'm here. Just know. So let's get outside and let's show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so now that you've seen my design and how I want it to look, you know, I don't think it's going to be that hard to do. We're going to be using the spray foam method, or it depends. I might use the foam methods, like the same foam that they use, that they wrap the green foam they put with the flowers and stuff. That's actually nice enough to sand too. I most likely probably do spray foam just because it's more accessible. I can go to Home Depot and get the tough stuff, the extra expandable one. But yeah. So I only think while doing this I can fix this fender well too. It's not bad. So you can see, trying to explain to you on the car. It's gonna stick out about 2 inches or so, depending on the rims I go with and the suspension setup. But it's gonna come out about 1.5 to 2 inches in the front and pretty wide in the rear, because I want that back tire to actually like be seen, you know. I want it to look like a real fat tire. For the tire choices, I want to go 245s in the front because it's like I want like a more track car look, so bigger tires in the front would be good, and of course fat tires in the back is rear wheel drive, so that would be easier to do. But yeah, it's gonna come out about to like here, and we're gonna be cutting this fender probably like around here and tuck it in, and then plate it off from the bottom and the top, so the front wheels can, well, it'll also come out and it'll be seen from the front. And on the back, I guess try to get on better lighting on the other side. On the back side, these vents will be perfect. They'll come out to about 1.5 to 2 inches, and basically come out and then mold back into the car around like this area, leaving this, so it's gonna come down to about here and then open up and then come back in. So with this back tire fatter and pushed out more, it would definitely be able to be seen, while the wide body is here and then this the tire is here to come out almost flush with it. The rear, we're going to be running 265 275s. Don't really want to stretch the rears. I want more of a flush fitment, versus on the front I want like a slightly tucked, kind of stretched fitment. So with the door open, you can kind of get a better view on how we're going to bring it out and have the vents kind of triangulated in to come out and meet the wide body. This will be perfect. Something like these vents, like the idea I'm trying to add, probably be like, I don't know, about 10, not so far spaced apart, but we'll see how it comes out. Also going to come down, and I don't really want much of a side skirt, more or less like more like a front splitter kind of look, where it's just like a flat plate and it goes all the way down towards the front to meet the front fenders. That'll be easier to do. Just mold the wide body back into the body here, and then make like a little spot for it to mount to. And the same thing with the front, just bring it out a little bit more so I have that bolt-in area to bolt the splitter to. The front, we're going to be doing a snub nose and taking off these bumper guards. So we're going to be pushing in this bar basically in almost flush with this panel right here, and adding like the same as the side skirts, front splitter with the splitter rods, because that looked cool on my previous car, BG. For the exhaust are gonna come out the sides. Period. Done. One time. I'm convinced that's definitely happening. For the back, since the exhaust is coming out the side, I'll have space for a full rear bumper splitter, and it won't be any crazy. It'll probably be like four fins at most, you know, 1 2 3 4 evenly across. And removing that, because I don't like that. This is retarded. I don't know, maybe I might keep it, I guess. I don't know, but majority of the 944s don't have that, and you can see it's not even the same color. It's like a lighter red. That might be going. So with the trunk, I also want to make a chassis mounted wing. So since this is kind of leaking, I don't know what to do to actually fix the seals on this, but I'll figure out. Either I'll take it off and put the 968 wing, which kind of starts from here and goes over, but I don't know. I'm thinking about a chassis mount wing. That'll be amazing. Weld it to the bumper, or weld it on the inside with 2 fins coming out, I guess. And of course it'll be able to fold over so I can get into the trunk, obviously. So that's basically the ideas on the wide body for this car. It's going to look really extreme, really race inspired, Lamborghini inspired. You know, try and think, what would Porsche do if they was, you know, they were to go back and make a wide body for this car. So I just want the outside of the car to match how good of the inside looks, basically. Match how good the inside looks. This is just amazing. So yeah, that's basically the whole wide body introduction. So don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on it. Hit me up on Instagram. You know, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget, never stop modifying.